What's going on, change makers? My name is Michael, and welcome back to Power to Change Digital, where we want to show you what God's doing to help people encounter Jesus today, impact Australia tomorrow, and reach the nations for eternity. Today, I have with me Melanie Bodo, who works for GAIN Australia. GAIN is a humanitarian partner of Power to Change, and we're going to get a lot of insight in what GAIN does, what the need is right now, and a little bit into what Melanie does with them. Melanie, welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here. I'm sure things are a bit different now that you can't travel internationally. So first off, I'd love to hear what is GAIN? I mean, I hear all about it a lot. I think a lot of our students in Power to Change hear about GAIN. What does GAIN do?
Yeah, so GAIN, as you mentioned, the humanitarian partner of Power to Change. So we are all about revealing hope and restoring life for people living in crisis and poverty all around the world, and we do that through development work. So the main thing we do as GAIN Australia, we have offices in 11 countries around the world, but as GAIN Australia, we do medical mission and water well projects. So medical missions based in India, the Philippines and Cambodia, where we take teams of doctors and nurses and just people that want to volunteer in any capacity. We take them over to these countries and do medical mission trips where we move around and visit villages every day and supply medical assistance in whatever way they need, either through doctors or dentists or optometrists, and are just able to help people in that physical way, but also reveal the hope that we have in Jesus through that also. And then our water well projects are in Africa, where we're able to dig these wells and give people access to water where before they were walking up to 6 kilometres a day just to get some clean water. We also pair that with community development projects. Just seeing lives completely transformed through that project.
Wow. Yeah. So how long has GAIN been the humanitarian partner of Power to Change? Where did it come from?
It's been a long time. GAIN worldwide was established quite a while ago, but in Australia it's probably been about 15 years maybe, and just been working alongside Power to Change and just recently kind of partnering with students as well and being able to take them over on medical mission trips to summer projects, which has been really cool. Just love being part of the Power to Change family, and especially worldwide. We're able to partner with Cru or Campus Crusade for Christ in every country where we work in, which just gives us an amazing opportunity to work with local people, see the need and work with them there where it's needed, and just kind of partner with people and seeing long-term development happen as well.
So how did you get involved with GAIN?
I was a student with Power to Change a few years ago, just kind of going along to conferences and summer projects, and just really had such a wonderful experience. I'd grown up in a Christian home, but just learnt so much from Power to Change and the trainings and the time that I spent there during my uni years. And I was in my last year. I was about to graduate, about to get married, just wondering what was coming next for me after graduating uni. And that's where I learned that Power to Change is more than just a university ministry, that there are other strategies, and we work across different groups across Australia and the world. And that's where I learned about GAIN and just saw the opportunity that was there. Back then, 5 years ago, as a smaller humanitarian organisation, and just seeing that this small group of people were making this huge impact, and just seeing how God was using them to reach so many people, just do what they can. And I thought, wow, what would it look like to have one extra person on the team, and what would it look like to just say, hey God, use me where you need me, use me at GAIN. So that's how I kind of entered it. So it's been cool to kind of come from campus and then into GAIN.
And so your main focus right now has been on, you said, India, the Philippines, and Cambodia.
Yeah.
So normally that looks like sending students to summer projects. That looks like partnering with, you told me, local pastors in that area. Kind of give us an overview of what that looks like normally, and then how's that changed since this pandemic with international borders being shut down? Probably a lot of pastors and people in financial need there. What's that been like with that shift?
So I guess for everyone it was all a bit of a scramble at the start of what do we do and what does this look like, and working internationally as well with different countries, coming up with different regulations and closures at different times. So we've had to cancel the medical missions for the rest of 2020. So we just had one in February before this all happened, and are super thankful for the opportunity to do that just before everything kind of closed down. We were able to partner with the local team there and see a lot of lives change through that and through the 8 medical clinics that we were able to do. But for the rest of the year, kind of looking at what does God want us to do in this season. It was really interesting when it all happened, I guess, as a humanitarian organization. Often we're used to kind of running towards these disasters or running towards crisis because that's where we're needed and that's what we do and that's where God uses us. But this was a different kind of crisis where we needed to step back and just kind of slow down and see how things panned out. We use that as an opportunity to kind of pivot our projects and see what that's going to look like now. And we're just thankful for that time of just stopping and listening to God and kind of waiting for Him to open those doors. Within a few weeks, we kind of had our local partners saying, okay, well, we're not going to have medical missions this year, but we still have ministry going here, and we would love your help. Compared to what medical mission looks like, which is usually sending teams over, we would have had 3 more medical missions planned for this year, but they've been cancelled. So now we still want to work with those within those 3 countries and those 3 teams, but just in a different way. So that mainly will look like supporting the people within those communities that we usually help and supporting the most vulnerable within those communities. Because at this time, as you can imagine, it's just a really different experience there, and something that I don't know if we can fully grasp what it would feel like to be in that kind of hopeless situation for them. These 3 countries have been in lockdown for some time, and it looks like it might be for a little while longer for them, which means stopping of all kind of work. And with little support from the government. So there are a lot of families that just have no way of even having a source of income to provide for their families with simple things like food and hygiene at this time. So what we're going to be doing is partnering with these local teams and doing so in a way that's appropriate for the context within each of their countries and safe within each of these countries, and delivering essential item kits to people that are most vulnerable within these communities. So they will include just kind of food supplies that they need, as well as hygiene things like soap and sanitizer to get them through these times. So that'll be through a weekly package that families receive every week for a time of 3 months. That's in the 3 countries that we usually work in: India, Cambodia, and the Philippines. Mm-hmm.
So are those care packages then being sourced locally and then sent out through, do you have like local people on the ground that are taking care of that?
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, it's just so fantastic to be able to partner with Crew and Campus Crusade, Power to Change around the world, and have those local teams that are ready to do so. The items will be sourced locally and delivered by our teams there.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously that's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
How can we help?
Mm-hmm.
What students who maybe were going to go on these summer projects overseas with Gain, doesn't look anything like it normally would right now. How can we help as a ministry, as a movement, to kind of get behind you and support that work?
Yeah. So at the moment we are raising funds to support these people in these 3 countries. So for $150, we can support a family for 3 months with these food packages. So although it seems like a lot, when we kind of think about it, just this kind of small amount can support a family for 3 months. So break that down, you can support one family for a month for $50. Any little bit is going to make a huge difference. And we're just going to see how this goes and how many families we can support. As you can imagine, the need is endless. But as an organization, we're part of God's family around the world. And there's so many people that want to help during this time. And we're so thankful for that. So as an organization, we'll do what we can within these communities. So then on top of that, we're kind of helping these families, but there's also all these community workers and people that are part of our Power to Change family as well that are struggling through this time. People that have lost their income through either ministry partners that are no longer able to give through them losing their own jobs, or community workers and church planters that would usually have their income from churches meeting, and with restrictions in place where churches can no longer meet, they've also lost their income. So we'd like to support them and their family as well during this time, and especially during these lockdowns that will be happening for the next few weeks across many countries. So to support a community worker and their family for 3 months, it's $200 for that time. So that's another way that people can be helping out and just seeing, just supporting people to keep supporting community workers to enable them to keep supporting the people within their community and to do this work as well.
So with obviously student involvement changing right now, what's kind of the hope coming out of the pandemic when the lockdowns kind of come to a stop, when things are starting to get back to normal? What does that look like? Does that look like getting back to normal, the way things were? Is there a new vision kind of going forward with some things? And I guess to paint a picture of what does a summer project even look like for a lot of our students here, when things are back to normal, like next summer, next winter?
Yeah. So Summer Project is an incredible opportunity for students to join us on a mission trip. And we take students to the Philippines in usually November, December time. And this would have been the 4th year, but we'll be skipping that. So it'll be next year, hopefully, where we can kind of get back to that. It's really an incredible opportunity for students, maybe that are studying a degree that they think could be useful in the mission field. So especially medical mission. So we've had students join us that are studying medicine or biomedicine or nursing, or any kind of health sciences, as well as students that are studying teaching, primary teaching, so that they can spend time in our kids ministry, counseling, there's kind of a really wide range, or maybe it's none of those, and it's just, you might just be a student that wants to experience what mission is like. So, it's an opportunity to come and see how God could use you and your skills in building his kingdom overseas through medical mission. So something totally different to probably what students are doing on campus. Well, really the same kind of skills, but just in a completely different context. So it's been really amazing to see students take what they learn from Power to Change, from trainings, from conferences, bring that on mission and just spend time ministering to people in a different way, through physically helping them, but also spiritually.
What does it look like day to day when a student goes on these summer missions?
So we, as any summer project, kind of do a bit of training and orientation, but then every day we move from village to village and we set up medical clinics. So first thing in the morning, we might just get to the location. It might be a school, it might be a small building, a big building, an open field. We kind of never know. Get there and just set up our medical clinic. So that involves different stations that people go around. So it'll start with a place where they can register and then have their vital signs checked, see a doctor, receive medicines through a free pharmacy, and then an area where they can where they're counseled before they leave. So students help out with this, and then they'll be positioned in one of those stations for some time and kind of get to rotate through and experience those different stations, either going with something that they might have skills in, or if they want to try something new as well. And then alongside the running of this is a kids ministry program that we do while parents are seeing the doctor, to keep the kids busy, but also to share the love of God with them and do all kinds of fun things and activities and education. We do some community hygiene education as well with children, where we can also distribute hygiene packs like toothpaste and toothbrush and hand soap and things like that. It's been really wonderful to see kind of students come on board and experience mission and kind of be asking God what might be next for them.
What does local church partnership look like with those missions?
So church partnership is a big part of our projects. In every location where we are, we partner with a local church there to share the love of God with the people and see people come into relationship with Jesus through our local partners. So it's been a real blessing to partner with local churches, and then to see after the work that we've done, to be able to pass on those contacts to local church pastors, and to see new churches planted from medical mission trips from these clinic days, which has just been incredible.
Wow. So as we're wrapping up here, there's a couple different ways that students and other people can serve. One would be by going on a medical mission once that's allowed, obviously in the future, hopefully next summer. And then right now, to financially partner with Gain and support these families for either $150 for, you said 3 months, that feeds a family, or a local community builder,
community worker
for $200, and that also supports those for 3 months.
Where
can we give? Where can students give? Like, where's that resource? Is it through Gain? Is there a link that we can send people to?
So you can either visit the Power to Change website or the Global Aid website, which is globalaid.net.au, and just hit the donate button and it'll have the options there. If you have a heart for a particular country, you can choose to give directly to the Philippines, India or Cambodia, or just choose for us to direct it to where most needed. And we would just love your support in any way.
Thank you so much again for telling us all about this work.
Awesome.
I'd love to pray for you for Gain, and that the people in these countries would be financially supported in this time where it's just crazy and hectic, and that people who are watching this right now would take part in that. So I'd love to pray. God, we thank you so much for Melanie, for the work that she's doing in Gain, God, for her heart for indigenous peoples. God, we thank you so much for the work that is happening at the local level. God, through people being sent, that the local churches are being planted, God. The people are receiving help. And God, we just thank you so much for the fact that we are living in a country that is financially prosperous, to where we can give our money generously where it is most needed. And so, God, I pray right now that somebody watching this would feel the weight, would feel compelled by the Spirit, Lord, to give to this work, to support a family, to make a sacrifice now, God, that will honestly not really affect our lives that much, but Lord, will impact a family for months. So God, I pray for the finances to be raised, Lord, for these communities to not only just survive this time, God, but to flourish out of it. So God, we thank you for that. We thank you that you are at work spiritually, physically, medically in these places, God. And we pray over them in the precious name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Melanie, thanks.
Thank you.